Ladies and gentlemen, you might want to clench your butt cheeks because we got 20 pounds of drama happening. We got a lot of controversies going around. Some people are saying the Xbox event was trash. Some people are loving it. And listen, man, we got the homie, the Dreamcast guy, and he says that was kind of bad. And listen, man, the comments, it's a gem, okay? Like, I really love to hear like difference of opinions. I want to know what the homie thinks, and let's go for 2 likes on the video. Let's check it out.
What a waste of time.
Listen, man, whoa, okay, that is crazy. My guy literally started off the video like that. Now listen, man, I love the homie Dreamcast guy, and I want to welcome all the different opinions, okay? There are some homies that didn't like it. There are some homies that went in with low expectations. There are some homies that really liked it, okay? And in my personal opinion, it was way better than Summer Game Fest. But at the end of the day, yep, there were some dull moments. I feel like that this game, what's this called? I forgot the name. I forgot Starfield, yeah, Starfield in the beginnings was kind of lacking. It was low dopamine, but as the gameplay progressed, as the homie Todd Howard came on and he started talking about the features like it started to be a little bit better. Now I feel like that it's feeling a little bit better, but nonetheless, we got a lot of spice to talk about.
But I am disappointed. Let's talk about that. What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here, and I just
Spit it out, brother.
Watching the 95 minutes Xbox Bethesda showcase. This was a bunch of games that are supposed to get us hyped about owning an Xbox and being subscribed to Game Pass. But now that I finished it, so much of this press conference was filled with crappy DLC for games I don't care about. More updates for stuff like Sea of Thieves, more patches coming to Fallout 76, new expansions to Elder Scrolls Online. I do not care. I want to see the new great stuff that's coming to Xbox to make me hyped for having my console. Most of this entire showcase to me was very, very straight up putting me to sleep.
Damn!
Now, there were a couple very impressive games.
Hey, cut it. Time out. Now, I will tell you what, man, the Summer Game Fest actually put me to sleep. I'll tell you what, man, Xbox had, like, in the middle, we had some, like, dull moments, but those dull moments had, like, some of the games that were kind of memes worthy, so obviously there was that. But sleeping, damn, son. Damn, man, I love sleeping too, man.
But most of this was a big ol' snooze fest. Now, the beginning of this was something that did grab me. The first couple of games they revealed today were ones that actually got me pretty hyped, starting with Redfall.
Yep.
This is that Arcane project, and for a while we didn't know what it was specifically. It turns out that it's going to be a squad-based shooter involving people going against a bunch of vampires that have taken over a tiny island town near Massachusetts. Now, it seems like it's going to be based on class systems and skill trees. So the vampires come in all sorts of different shapes and varieties, sort of like Left 4 Dead, and so do our heroes. People can come in classes like Cryptid Hunter. There's like a lady who's psychic.
Now, to me, Redfall actually did very good because it was different. The ambiance, the atmosphere was really unique. The graphics weren't too crazy, but the way the guy actually uses the shotgun, he goes like that and bam! That was actually pretty dope. The running mechanics were like not that good. I wish it was like that, like you would run like that, but it was not like that. A little bit sad, but nonetheless, okay.
They can set up robots and traps. And I also kind of enjoy the fact that there's sort of like this crazy Stranger Things vibe to this as well that sort of looks extra colorful and gory at times. So Redfall, it did grab my attention. It seems like it's going to be open world and multiplayer focused, but I don't know. So far though, this initial trailer does look incredibly fun. Now they followed this up with one of the biggest surprises of the showcase, which was Silksong, Hollow Knight. This freaking indie game is so missing in action that people were almost afraid that it had been canceled or remade or some sort of big problems were happening.
Really? Like, I was not aware. Like, okay. I mean, this is one of those games that I looked at and I started falling asleep. You know, if you're gonna talk about like, hey man, people were falling asleep or I was falling asleep, this is where I started falling asleep, okay? Crazy.
Silksong is coming to Xbox Game Pass, and honestly, the little gameplay they showed of it, it looks fantastic. It's like a more artsy 2D Dark Souls, and I mean, honestly, even if we haven't seen it in a very long time, this was a grand re-reveal, and the fact that it's coming to Xbox Game Pass Day 1, this is a surprisingly huge win, even if people don't realize it. Now, next up, they showed off a Rick and Morty style first-person shooter where your guns can talk. It's very quirky and colorful. And
honestly, man, this was such a good game. Like, it looked really good to me. I don't watch Rick and Morty, but I'm familiar with stuff regarding Rick and Morty, and obviously a lot of people are huge fans of it. I would would say like we had solid 3-4 games. I would say the first one being like what's it called? Yeah, why I forget the name? Starfield. Yep, Starfield. This Rick and Morty game, and also the first game Redfall. Then I would say Ark 2, but sadly we only got 1-minute trailer. Some people are saying that it's a CGI. Some people are saying that it's not CGI, it's actual in-game footage. But if that's true, I mean, like, how many times we have gotten cut, right? Like, you remember Cyberpunk 2077, you remember Battlefield, in-game footage. I'm not sure about, like, okay, in-game footage can go pound sand, okay? But this one really did look good, and Ark 2, I wanna see more, man. If that game is really coming out in the 12 months, because allegedly we're hearing that I guess officially, not allegedly, officially we're hearing that the games that Xbox was showing us today, all of them are coming out in the next 12 months.
And even as a Rick and Morty fan, this one didn't really sort of blow me away. It's called High on Life. It seems like it's trying to be, you know, just Rick and Morty, but with shotguns. All right, that seems kind of neat. Now, a lot of the showcase felt like it was trying to show you why you should be happy to already have an Xbox or buy an Xbox, but very few of these games truly wowed me. Again, I'm scrolling through my list here. Let's talk about this weird partnership they're working on. So most of the talk here was about things that are coming to Xbox. This was something that is only coming to PC. If you have Xbox Game Pass for PC, basically if you download any of the Riot games, so anything like League of Legends or Valorant or anything like that, if you connect it to your Xbox account, you can immediately unlock all of the characters. Everything that Riot Games does, obviously they do very big, very, very profitable free-to-play games, and typically the way they work is that by grinding and leveling up in the games, you slowly get the heroes. Well, now they'll all be immediately unlocked. That's kind of interesting, I guess, but I wish that something like Valorant was actually coming to consoles, but instead they're still going to be PC exclusive. It's just a weird partnership. Next up, they showed a bunch of Forza Motorsports. Now, graphically, this game does look good. This was practically just an in-motion tech demo.
Now, personally, I might get canceled for saying this, but during the stream, it was due to stream quality as well, but it didn't look that good. It didn't really hit me in the G-spot. Now, Forza is a phenomenal game, but Forza Motorsport, I'm not sure, but let's see what he says.
Almost photorealistic. They've talked about all the
is
special new details they're working on to try and make this the most accurate racing simulator ever. Better physics, more realistic lighting. There is a day-night system, so each time of day, technically cars drive differently if the air is more cold or more hot, so a bunch of sun beating down the pavement, you actually have to steer around corners more accurately. The game looks great. I have not been hyped about a Forza Motorsport game in
There it is. I was like, okay, yo, when is he gonna bring it in? Because listen, I do that as well. We all do that. Don't go at the homie. We're talking video games only, okay? I love the homie. Everybody's allowed to put their opinions out, okay? You can drop 20 pounds of opinion. Maybe you loved it, maybe you didn't, and that's perfectly fine. But this is such a like human thing to say. Like, yeah, guys, it was good. I do that all the time. I'm guilty. Yeah, guys, it was good, looking good, you know, looking good. But nah, it was bad. It was bad. It was bad. Yeah, like, damn, son, like, why do we do it? Without this, the spice wouldn't be real, you know, like, there's always spice. I love that spice, but let's see, let's continue.
This one does at least pique my interest. I had a lot of fun with Gran Turismo 7, and this seems to, in a lot of ways, just be Gran Turismo 7, but even better, so I'm going to be open-minded and play that when it comes out next year. No exact release date, no exact name, but whenever it comes out, it's certainly coming out. Now, the next exclusive they talked about, which I think is an exclusive, is Plague Tale 2 Requiem. Now, the first Plague Tale was very short, but very, very spooky and creepy. This
can brother get like a bigger image
focus like the first game did. You're trying to creep around all sorts of medieval plague time periods, sort of trying to figure out how to get past guards, how to shove people into the rats that are eating everybody. It's very, very macabre, but this trailer was good. The one problem I still have with Plague Tale Requiem is, holy heck, is the camera all the way up your ass. I wish that there better be
oh, hey, cut it, time out, stop it right there, like, I gotta, like, you know, I gotta put both of these hands around my hip area real quick. Like, god damn, bro. Okay, let's continue.
As it stands, this is just way too weird and not very great focused to me. Now we get to all the downloadable content. They talked about there's new planes and helicopters coming to Flight Simulator. Whoop-de-doo, they're adding in the Pelican from Halo 2 Flight Simulator.
Time on, bro. Whoop-de-doo. Now, I love Flight Simulator a lot, okay? But okay, whoop-de-doo.
That's great. Overwatch 2, which I know technically is a new game, but certainly just looks like downloadable content. That's coming to Xbox and consoles.
Damn, my guy be spitting though. I'm not into Overwatch, but I've seen people that are into Overwatch, they are hype, and that's perfectly fine. I wish, listen man, at the end of the day, if people are hyped for something, why would I drop a flashbang on them, right? Like, if you like it, that's awesome. I wish I could be there too, but damn, the homie be blunt right there, looking like a DLC guy. Damn.
It's getting early access for free on October 2nd. Yay. The new character in Overwatch 2 is called the Junker Queen. Super duper. I'm probably not playing this. Like, some of this stuff, even free, because I already own Xbox Game Pass, even free, I don't care about downloading this stuff.
Damn.
Arc 2 is coming next year.
Hey, Papa, puppy chill, puppy chill. Now, do you think the homie just spitted facts, or do you think the homie just spitted cap? And I want to know his rating though.
Got Vin Diesel in it. My girlfriend absolutely loves Ark. She's tried to get me to play Ark, and for just a little bit I have played it, but survival games are certainly not my cup of tea, and this one bored the heck out of me. Now the next thing was something that's kind of
Yo, my guy. Oh, puppy chill. No, Ark is actually really solid. Have I ever played it? No. I have not played it, okay? I have not played it. But the situation here is that I have seen Typical Gamer play, and I do like it. And Ark 2, I feel like that if it's good, I'm gonna cop it. I don't want to go to Ark and play that now. I would rather just watch it, but I feel like that when Ark 2 comes out, I'm gonna cop it. If it's good. And Vin Diesel was there for family, so yeah.
Shocked me with how fun it looked, which was Scorn. This is a horror first-person shooter that looks to be almost based on like a Tool album. It has a very, what's his name, MC Escher, who's the guy who did all the art for the Alien movies. It has a very Alien vibe that I do enjoy, but even now, seeing it, like, Scorn is coming this year, it's coming October 21st. I am going to probably play that. I am probably going to review it, but I mean,
damn,
a lot of this stuff, there's so much.
Personally, I'm not into Scorn, but that's good to hear that he's into, and a lot of people are into.
The stuff they showed today was so lackluster that Scorn kind of stood out just because everything around it was so freaking bland. Next up, we had a game that was some sort of indie action RPG called Flintlock. It has that very heavy style of fighting and dodging and shooting. This is in a world where gods have arisen, and instead of that being a good thing, they've brought all sorts of famine and death, and so we're playing as some sort of hero that is trying to get strong enough to slay the gods and restore balance.
This game gave me a vibe of Forspoken. Kinda, and I enjoyed watching it, but am I gonna cop it? I gotta see more. Probably not, but I gotta see more.
It's like an interesting idea and a good setting, to be honest, but
yeah,
I'm not sure. It depends on when that's coming out. The fact that a lot of this stuff is coming to Game Pass, some of these indie games, and boy do they pile on the indie games, I'm more likely to check them out, because even if they are looking a bit bland, I mean, if they're already included in Game Pass, why not install it and check it out? Now, they that's a bit confusing, which is something called Minecraft Legends. Now, it seems like this is going to be an RTS.
Okay, before he gives his opinion on it, I really want to know what he thinks, and I want to know what you think as well. Because my guy, when they first showed it, I was like this.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
I was like the homie Young, yeah, bro. I was firing dopamine because the CG looked so good, but then they started showing the gameplay and it was kind of bland. Let's see what he says.
Real-time strategy game, so instead of directly playing Minecraft, you'll have like Minecraft soldiers or a top-down camera angle to actually try and do stuff and go on adventures. It looks to be very fantasy-ish, so maybe fighting off different monsters and goblins and stuff with magic. Kind of interesting. Now, next up is
okay, I gotta do it. Kind of interesting. Again, that's such a human thing to do. Yeah, guys, look good. Look good, but kinda look good. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Next, suivant.
Gunfire Reborn. I've heard of this project. I thought it was already out. It's something that has cute animals doing violent things. It's co-op. Some of this stuff, when I see it, I'm like, I'm not sure who this is even made for, but hey, that's great. Now, next up is a game that absolutely looked terrible in my opinion, because it's basically a video game that runs at 1 frame a second. It's called As Dusk Falls. They said that they tried to make a choose-your-own-adventure storybook that's got the intensity of a television show. I hate video games that are trying to imitate television. Don't be television. We're better than television. We are video games.
Okay, my guy, he just spitted facts. But 1 frame per second? What the heck?
We have playability and they don't. It's sort of like just an interactive comic book. Great, you choose things to do. Literally, this screenshot's pretty much what the entire game is going to look like. Super duper, that's great. There's a 2D action adventure game called Last Case of Benedict Fox. Seems like your dad was like a mystery dude. So now we jump into his memories and go on an adventure. Whoop-de-freaking-do. Okay, some of you are gonna get mad, but some of these indie games I didn't even write down because they're just so bland and so generic. They had silent trailers with no voice.
Now listen, man. Say whatever about the homie Dreamcast guy, but he is spitting facts. He's not like too overboard though. His opinion is not like controversial to the point where it can like bring change to planet Earth and like everybody's like, you know what I mean, right? He's just trying to spit facts, and I feel like to a certain extent he is spitting facts, but damn, right? Like, damn, kind of brother perhaps.
Over, no real sound effects. Like, a lot of this stuff just blurs together. Even if you do love indie games or big reveals or anything, so much of this presentation was a freaking snooze fest because it felt like even the organizers didn't actually care. But now let's talk about the fact that
whoa, you're gonna let him say that? You're gonna let him say that? I mean, damn, bro, that is crazy, homie. Spitting. I wouldn't say it was a snooze fest. I would say Summer Game Fest was a snooze fest. Before you cancel me, man. At the end of the day, it's just video games, right? But damn, okay.
It's finally coming out. Do y'all remember this? There's like a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids MMORPG style action adventure online thing that Xbox been working on. Well, it's finally coming out. It's great, hooray. It's a survival game, but tiny. I am never, ever, ever going to play that. But next they showed up, one of the few games they showed here that I actually enjoyed.
Dude, okay, listen, man. Damn. Bro, whose man is this? Whose man is it? Homie being honest like that? Goddamn.
Diablo 4, baby. Diablo 4. Yes, that's right. Diablo 4 is coming.
Okay, listen. Diablo, the mobile version, it costs like 110 grand to get all the microtransactions. Now, while I was streaming, there were few people that were like, yo, dude, it looked good. And honestly, if it looks good, that's your opinion. I respect your opinion. But let's be real. Are we gonna get like $200,000 worth of microtransactions? Probably yes. Allegedly yes.
Next year, they've revealed the final of the new classes, or the classes that are going to be in this game, and it is the Necromancer, my personal favorite. I am obsessed with Diablo. I read the books, I collect the comics, I've beaten all the games again and again and again. I even attempted to enjoy Diablo Immortal, even though it is a dumpster fire. I'm super excited for Diablo 4. This looks great. They actually said some pretty baffling numbers. They said there's going to be 150 dungeons in the game. There's going to be stronghold bases that we can take over from the demons. So there's sort of this like evolution to the world we're playing as. There's going to be like random freaking boss events that just pop up. End game is a heavy focus, so
bro, like RV, bro, I wanna.
even after you beat the game, there's still going to be hundreds of hours of stuff to do. PvP, like the entire thing of Diablo, this is probably my game of the show, even as a Diablo fan. Like the darkness of it looks so freaking much like Diablo 2.
I don't understand. I don't understand. But okay, suivant.
Extremely on board for this specifically. Now next up, they showed off Sea of Thieves. It's getting an update. Yay, Sea of Thieves.
Don't understand.
Next, they showed Woe Long Fallen Dynasty. It was a CGI trailer. There was a surprising amount of CGI. Like, they said that this was going to be the pure gameplay showcase, and yet there was still a shocking amount of freaking CGI. Just pure silent CGI, and God, that drives me freaking nuts. Now, here are the interesting reveals. They ended off with 3 things that actually were great. Kojima is working on an Xbox exclusive, it seems.
True.
Like. It's some sort of project that he said, it's something I've always wanted to work on. Xbox is going to help me with their cloud service. Whatever this turns into, I'm extremely happy. Kojima, I love his games a lot. This seems extremely cool. I've noticed some freaking Sony fans seem to be really mad that he's not working on Death Stranding.
But that's the thing I was talking about earlier, right? The fact that Kojima is there, and Xbox said that they're only showing us the games that are 12 months ahead, or gonna be coming out in the next 12 months. So are we really gonna see a game from Kojima in the next 12 months that is coming out on Xbox, that is exclusive to Xbox, or maybe first on Xbox, or whatever the case might be? I'm not sure about about that.
Training 2 or whatever, but this is really hype. If you're a Kojima fan, this feels like a gigantic freaking W. Next up, they showed off the fact that a bunch of Persona games are coming to Xbox. Yes, that's right. Despite the fact that everybody kind of expected that Persona games would eventually come to Switch, instead they're coming to Xbox. So we're getting Persona 3 for Portable, Persona 4 Golden, which I still love with every freaking bit of my heart, and also Persona 5 Royale. They're all coming to Game Pass. They're all coming within the next 12 months. That is extremely cool. I personally very much hope that Persona 4 Golden specifically also comes to the PlayStation 4 and the Nintendo Switch. I mean, I just love Persona 4 Golden a lot, and that game really fits well on a handheld. But then they ended off this big showcase with a deep dive into Starfield. Now,
yes! Okay, now I really want to know what the homie thinks, because originally, I'll keep a $150, man. I might get canceled, but Starfield, it didn't look good. Any the beningings. But then once we started seeing like the gameplay that you're seeing in the background, I was like, okay, bro. Like, we're going somewhere. We're gonna be having a lot of planets. Now, the only thing that I'm really worried about, and this is something that a lot of fans are also worried about, not just me. I'm not into Bethesda games whatsoever, but this is something that I'm like, yeah, it does look pretty nice. But 1,000 planets are confirmed. Bro, I would take 10 quality planets, like big. And when you say planet, I really mean to say a planet. We're not talking about like a Call of Duty map size, okay? When they say planet, I need a planet, okay? Instead of 1,000 planets, I would take 10 planets. Now, granted, surely it does sound like that it's very few, okay? Very few, but would you take 1,000 planets that are reskinned bland? Or would you want to take 10 planets that are quality? There's a lot of stuff to do. There's different civilization, and there's just a whole lot of content. I would go with 10. Matter of fact, I would go with 100 planets compared to 1,000. I feel like that if they had like 100 planets, it would have been much better, because you know that there's no way like they're gonna be able to put the detail and care into having 1,000 planets. Surely there will be a lot of planets that will be completely empty. There will be a lot of planets just with grass only, a lot of planets with snow only, maybe with mountains, maybe just a giant body of water, maybe with gas and shiza like that, which is quite normal in reality. Those sort of planets exist, but in terms of a video game, I'm not sure. You know what I mean, right? Let me know your thoughts, and let's see what he says. Thanks.
There's a lot of people on social media kind of hating on this game, saying that the frame rate is very bad, which
I've seen comments.
But I think I'm mildly impressed. Starfield
mildly, okay.
Looks like Skyrim in space. It definitely has a lot of things, like a lot of the shooting reminded me a lot of Fallout 4. There is more quick action in this. We saw the character doing power slides and shooting people. There's weapon wheels, so you can just hot swap between like a space shotgun and a space machine gun. Being an astronaut does look pretty interesting. You do have a boost set, like a booster jetpack, so you can fly at enemies. It seems more advanced than the other Bethesda games we've got. And I'm certainly very curious about it. They did show this big capital city called New Atlantis, and what I found perhaps the most fascinating of this entire reveal they showed off about Starfield is they said that most people have stopped space exploration. Most people are just hunkering down and trying to live, or being space pirates or whatever like that. So we are the last of the space explorers, and they said that the whole point of this is that you are building your own story. You make your own custom character with a heavy set of tool sets, you make your own ship, you customize your crew, you do every single part of this, and then make your own story inside of it, which in my opinion, that's the best part of what we saw inside of stuff like Skyrim, is when you just make a great story with their toolkit.
I would say Starfield really carried the show. Yeah, Starfield really helped it out, but in the beginnings it didn't look that good, but as we progressed it started looking very good.
Overall, I found this to be a very, very boring showcase. It had like 3 games that actually made me excited, and then obviously the ports of Persona were cool. I would give this a 5 out of 10. It's
oh my god!
Better or worse than the Summer Games Fest. It's bad compared to that recent State of Play, which was the best State of Play that Sony's ever put on. This was a fat friggin' L, in my opinion.
Yo, homie vending gang stuff. Now listen, even to me, I would say for me, like, there were 4 solid games that I'm interested in. Starfield, Arc 2, but we need to see more. Redfall, and there's one Arc 2 I already said. There's one Rick and Morty, and maybe like a game here and there. I really wish we saw State of Decay. I really wish we saw like some of the other games as well that Xbox is working, Perfect Dark, but damn, like he said that it is as bad, equally, maybe a little more, maybe a little less compared to Summer Game Fest. Damn, okay. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Click on this video on the screen, and I will see you right there.